Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm France Martin, independent demonstrator with Stamping Up at frenchiestamps.com in the US. Today I'm going to share two different cards similar to these. These one I did that on a live Facebook. So we're going to use a different print. I'm going to have a twist to it. This is the beautiful paper Expression in Ink. I cannot put that aside. I'm telling you, this paper is yummy to my eyes. So I'm gonna share two cards today. If you take your 12 by 12 paper and cut it in strip of 3-inch, you could have 8 cards like the one we're going to do today. So I got a strip of 3-inch here. Now we're going to flip this, and I'm going to cut that at 5 1/4 and then 5 1/4, okay? And the reason why I cut it at 5 1/4 and 5 1/4, it leaves me a nice strip that I could use that on another card. If I do a lot of that, I could do one and then another one, and just alternate. So I will have that. See what I'm doing? So I'm going to do more cards with that, and I'm going to use those strips for my leftovers like this. I'm just going to have a border of 3 rectangle here. So that's why you want to cut it 5 1/2, 5 1/2. You'll get less bits and pieces. And then I'm going to cut this at 3. So it's easy to remember. It's 3-inch wide, and then you cut back at 3. And this is going to be 2 1/4. So you get 3-inch and 2 1/4 here. So we are making 2 cards. So we're going to flip this way and keep that this way. Now I got 2 card base. For our card base, it's going to measure 5 1/2 by 7 1/2. So again, it's 5 1/2 by 7 1/2. Let me measure that to make sure I'm giving you, yes. And you're going to score at 4 1/4. Et voila. I got something there. And so this one is the soft succulent, and I get the evening evergreen. So we're going to do 2 cards. We're going to take this and we're going to glue that right away. So and then we're going to decorate it. One, we're going to use the stamp set and the die cut so we can have a pop-up window. Get some, try to get that off there. Here we go. So we're going to glue that right here. And then let me put that crisp here. Here we go. So it stay down. And then we're going to glue the other one. I could have kept, you know, the thing the same, all one piece, but I like to have the two-tone. And also what I'm going to be doing with this, I think the two-tone is going to look very lovely. Now we're going to put the other one right here. And now this one. So now we got our 2 card base ready to be decorated. So to do with the ribbon, we're going to do that one first. What I use, you want to have a punch that gets just a little like moon or circle. I'm using the Label Me Fancy. We're going to go right where it met in this center there, and you're going to take a sliver off. And when I say a sliver, it's barely touching it there. And let's see if this is about right. I could have went just a little bit more. So let me just take another bit of sliver. Okay, now we got that. I'm going to use, we're going to have a twist to this. I'm going to use the evergreen ribbon to this one here. So we're going to take this, pass this in. Voila. Now we're going to cut it. Let's see about, here we go. And we're just going to do a bow. That's it. So that's the front of our card. Nothing, no stamp on this one there. The stamp going to go on the insert for the inside. We're going to do a bow right here. And this ribbon, it's so easy to do a bow. It's a very friendly ribbon to do a bow. You know, sometimes ribbon are stiff to do a bow. This one, it's stiff but soft at the same time, if it make any sense. And you're going to say, well, it don't look easy to do a bow. Well, it is. Just when you get a camera right on top of your face, you have to be creative a little bit. Et voila. Now I'm going to cut this diagonal, and I'm going to pull that one and cut that diagonal. Now when I do a bow like this at the front of a card, I like to use a glue dot and secure it in the back. So this is going to keep it where I want it. So I'm going to lift this up here, and now my ribbon that wanted to go on the side going to stay where I want it. See? Boom. So now I got my front. Never mind this. It's going to change in a minute. Now for this one, I'm going to be using the strip that I cut off from there. So that was just half a sheet. So we're going to cut this piece at 3 1/4, because that's how wide it is, the front. And I'm going to cut this at 1/2 inch. Here we go. So now I'm going to use this and put that there to cover the line there, because the other one, the ribbon cover it. Now this here, we're going to take this and put that right here. So this one, I am not doing the opening there because I don't need it. I'm going to turn that in the back, and sometime, you know, because of the score and it's not just right your cut, you just go from the back and shave that off. I cut a bunch, and when I say a bunch, I mean I went very happy here. So the dies, you get the detail dies, that it's the bundle with the Artistically Inked. So you get the detail one. That's not, don't match the stamps, okay? And this also. Now these bits and pieces match the stamp, and I'm going to show you how that is so simple to match. Let me stamp a big one here, and I'm going to stamp that with polished pink. And I already cut them just to speed up the process here. Voila. And then if you take your die, you're going to see you get 2 points. You get a point and a point. So take your die, and on your flower, you get a point and a point. The big V, see where it dipped more here? I call that the V, going to go with the V there. That's it. You're going to put that there, and boom, and boom. That's simple. Okay, so you can mix it, roll it around. It don't matter the way you stamp it. Just look where your V is on your flower, and when you take your die, you're going to see right away that V, and you get 1 point and 1 point there, points and point. So now you know this go on that side because the V is there, and you just align that, and boom, you get them cut. Now for this one here, you get the little, it's kind of more, see that it's more equally, and then you get wiggly, and see on your flower, you get the wiggly. So you're going to take this and put that right there, boom. This die is very friendly to match with your stamp image. You know, sometimes we struggle how it goes. Those one, we get some good pointer at it. This one is the V and the wiggle there. And the leaves, well, it's very simple because it's nothing to it, right? See the leaves? It's simple. Also, you get the big leaves, this one here, so that don't match with the stamp. It's just an accent to it with like the big one. So this, what I done, I went happy with this bundle because I know I'm going to use a lot. I cut a bunch of them, and if you see, this is the full one here. But I was making other card. I don't want the full one on every one, so you can cut bits in those pieces of those leaves, and you would have some to make many cards. My best advice when you use do this die or the other one, the detail one, tap it, and that's going to take most of those little bits and pieces, and you can wiggle it a bit, and it's very friendly. Like this one, I didn't do it yet, but see, if I just take my finger, it come right off, okay? Now, let's finish this card here. Like I said, I cut a bunch of them. It was like, okay, which one we're going to use? I was thinking, now where did I put that one? Okay. Maybe this one? No. So I mixed them all up, and now that's okay. We're going to find one that's going to go, not the red. I try it in so many colors. It's just beautiful. Okay, let me, oops, here's the leaf. That is funny. Okay, let's just pick any flowers. I'm going to use the fresh freesia, and the little circle that's right in here also. It is so beautiful stamping. So we're going to take this. I'm going to try that right like here. And let's take a few leaves, the gold leaf, like I said. I cut some. And I think I'm going to have gold leaves to it. Okay, here's one. Let me pick another one. Here's another one. Even if I get little bits and pieces in the back, I don't mind. But you see, they're very friendly to remove. Some dies, detail dies, are very stubborn to remove. This one is very friendly. Okay, we're going to put that there. So that's going to be very different. Let's do the inside first before I glue this. So for the inside, I got 4 by 5 and 5 1/4. I am using the Celebrate with Flowers, the long happy birthday. I absolutely love this set. I love this style card, put it that way. So we're going to take the happy birthday, and we're going to stamp that right at the edge. Well, when I said the edge, I would say about 1/4 inch, and boom. It's so easy. It's a long one, but it's easy to have it straight. Now over here I did the pale papaya and the evening evergreen for the leaves. We're going to put that one inside. I got one too many thing on my this. I think I'm losing everything. Okay, this one going to go with here. Oh, that was a big no-no. That's usually I say always pay attention. You want to make sure that your ribbon, it's not twisted. So I'm going to have to tie back my bow, okay? You have to make sure your ribbon, it's not twisted inside. So let's tie this right back quick. I got the glue dot there. I have to make sure. Here we go. Not quite. Let's pull a bit more. So before you tie your bow, you want to make sure it's not twisted inside. So it's always a good thing when I make a mistake that I can show it to you, so then you know what to look for. Because sometimes you don't think about saying be careful of this or that, when you don't make the mistake, right? So it's a reason for everything. And then I'm going to tie this bow back. See, it's such a friendly ribbon to make a beautiful bow. Now I'm going to take this and twist it there. Here we go. Okay, now for this one, I was not sure which color, so I used the Freesia. We're going to use that one. I like to do the leaf first. So where you get kind of a little off, you see the stem there? So I'm going to put the stem at the top, because that's going to get with the flower. Going to put that one there, that one there. Now I'm going to take my flower, that I'm using the small flower for the inside. You see the dip in the flower? I'm going to put that right there by the leaves. Et voila! Is that such a beautiful, I love watercolors, so for me this speaks loudly. Now we're going to glue that inside. Now we can put the flower. And the reason why I didn't want to put the flower right away, it's because I wanted to make sure I was sticking with those colors there. So where we get the V, that's where I'm going to put the leaves. One, and then another one there. So you, oh, let's go about a little bit more there. Okay, now I got the leaf. We're going to keep that upside down, and I'm going to secure that with glue dots. I'm going to put the glue dots right on top of them. The reason why you want to put on top of that, because you know those little bits are not attached much to the flower, so this way secure it with dimensional, it's perfect. I'm going to remove this, and then we have our 2 cards done. So if you take a 12 by 12 piece of paper, you cut it in strip of 3, and then you cut it at 5 1/4 each. You're going to have 12 cards, and this piece it's 3, and this it's 2 1/4. Now we're going to take this. Yeah, right this way. You can get off the thing, that's perfectly fine. And if you want to have a little bit more to your, you can add wing of Stella, but I wouldn't color the whole thing. I would just add, you see, I just do some wiggle here and there in my flowers, and that would be plenty. You don't want to color everything. It would be almost too much. Voila, my friend. So now you get 1 and 2. And this was the one that I did during Facebook Live, those one. But all the same, I will have all 4 on my blog. Right below you get the direct link, and I will have all supplies, all measurement, and so on for easy shopping 24/7. You're going to have everything you need right there. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day, my friend. Bye-bye for now.